So I'm here outside Wesley Park for match day 1 in the Women's League Cup. It's Brighton taking on Portsmouth down here, and of course Portsmouth, Pompey taking on the Seagulls, and Dario side have just come off the back of a very impressive 4-1 win over the Hammers. They'll be looking to start their campaign in style, and I think it will be quite a comprehensive victory for them. But of course Portsmouth will hope to be an early thorn in the Seagulls' side. Brighton reaching the quarterfinals last time out, and I don't think Portsmouth have reached past the group stage. I'm not sure on that one, but it's another tough group stage for them. Of course, last season they lost to Southampton, a team they've also got to face again in this group stage phase. But of course, there are some names for Portsmouth which could provide them with some joy tonight. Meg Hornby scored last week in Portsmouth's first win of their WSL 2 campaign. It's taken 3 games rather than more last season, where they really struggled to get that first win. So that will be quite momentous for them. So watch out for Meg Hornby today. She scored all the way from a free kick, so hopefully she can produce some more magic for Portsmouth. The Seagulls, it'll hopefully be a rotation for them tonight. I'd like to see Carla Camacho get her first full debut for the side. On the weekend it was Michelle Adjaman that started at striker role, but hopefully we'll see Carla Camacho, who is a new signing from Real Madrid, start, and maybe we'll see some different changes, maybe even Nadine Nordum in midfield for Maisie Simons. We'll have to see how that goes. Of course, she's quite influential, their captain, so maybe she'll play. And yeah, I think Brighton have got a very strong back line. Of course, they may still be without right back Rachel McLaughlin, but they've got the likes of Marisa Olislagers, Charlize Rule, who I thought had an excellent game last week against West Ham. So it's going to be an exciting one. And yeah, obviously Rosa Kafaji as well. I think if she starts today, she could be a right handful for Pompey. She is an incredible asset to them and a signing from Arsenal. So we'll see. But my prediction for this one, I'm going to go 5-1 to Brighton. I think it'll be a quite comprehensive victory, but you never know. If Portsmouth defend resiliently, then they could try and keep it like a 0-0 half time and then try and hit them with a goal. So it's an exciting one. Not too sure what to expect. These sides haven't played each other since 2024, so we'll see how it goes today.
Albion versus Portsmouth. Space on that end and lashed it beyond the dive of the former Albion Academy product, Hubble. The shot was always on from the moment she picked that up. This right corner, one thing of their own. You see from Reading Academy product Tia Primer, who has actually scored against the Albion before in her career. Her first ever senior goal came against the Seagulls in the FA Cup for Michelle Adjaman. Always murmurs of excitement.
So it's ended 2-0 here at Wesley Park to the Seagulls, Dario side, claiming their first victory of the Women's League Cup campaign. Portsmouth suffering a narrow defeat despite being resolute defensively with that back five, but they arguably couldn't get the players onto the ball that they would like to. Isabel Collins looked lively for Portsmouth, but that was about it. She tried to play in Jessie Gale, who couldn't really get onto the ball. She's one of their strikers. And yeah, I think it was all Brighton really, especially in that second half when Michelle Adjaman, the Albion striker and obviously Lioness's star from the summer, came onto the pitch. A good reception for her, but once again she just couldn't find the back of the net. A shot which was quite tame was saved by Habor, who made a really impressive account on her start for Portsmouth. But yeah, Michelle Adjaman couldn't really score. Rosa Kafaji looked lively though. Kiko Seike looked good when she came on. But in general, I don't think Brighton had too many bright sparks. Fuka Tsunoda made her debut in midfield. Wasn't too impressed with her. She was good on the ball, distributing it, but in that second half, she sometimes got caught out when Portsmouth did go on the rare attack. But in general, she was happy to help the Albion keep possession. Yorlin Karabali, I thought, was good in that back line, doesn't always play for the Albion. And yeah, in general, I thought it was a pretty comfortable night for the Seagulls, who tried searching for that third goal, but just couldn't get it. But in the first half, it was Carla Camacho who opened the scoring 4 minutes in, and I thought it could be an Albion rout when that goal went in. Carla Camacho snatching onto the ball in what was a very crowded 6-yard box. And then later in the match, Marisa Olislagers, who I really liked seeing her today at full-back. She looked very comfortable out there and putting in lots of threatening crosses, especially from corner kicks. She actually delivered the corner kick, which she then scored from running onto the ball, which was loose. Bex Rayner passed to her and then unleashing a beautiful long-range strike past the keeper. So all her ball could do nothing for that one. And yeah, those 2 goals proved sufficient for the Albion in getting their victory, but I'm sure Dario Vidicic, as a perfectionist he is, will not be too pleased with that performance. He would like to see more goals, and I guess just a more enthralling performance from his side. It wasn't, you know, attack after attack from the Albion, and Portsmouth did have a good spell toward the end of the first half, but that was really it. They came close to scoring but just couldn't. I think it was Gale who had a shot which was saved, but in general Sophie Baggerly was unfazed and untroubled in that Albion goal. And there we go, that is the result for the Albion. Of course, take it with a pinch of salt that it was only 2-0. They had quite a few players from their academy playing today. Eliana Martin, Tahira Heron and Emily Gay were all of the 3 players from the academy who started today, so props to them for obviously getting the chance to play for the senior side in this cup competition. And I thought Heron looked good, especially in her duel against Collins, and yeah, I think she tried to did a beautiful piece of skill which got the fans up on their feet. But aside from that, it is a learning curve for players like her. I felt that she was offside quite a few times during the match and just kind of overran the ball at times, but that's something all the top players have got to learn. I think the way that you distinguish a top player between, you know, those sort of average or good players is the fact that they know when to release and hold on to the ball. So great experience for those 3, and ultimately the most important thing was that Brighton win, which they got today, and I think they're now heading home. You can probably see the bus behind me. Yeah, you can. I was just checking it was still there. They haven't left just yet. And it's a late one. I'm going to be heading home now, but a good one here today. It was cold, but it's nice to have been at Wesley Park, a proper close ground. Obviously one stand which was it looked fully sold out, quite packed, especially with those Albion fans who are very loud tonight for Dario Vidicic Seagulls in their opening victory in the League Cup.